Hello, my name is Matt Barth, and I'm a professor here at the University of California, Riverside. I'm also the director for the Barnes College of Engineering Center for Environmental Research and Technology, otherwise known as CE-CERT. I would like to tell you a little bit about CE-CERT and all the exciting things that we do. CE-CERT is the largest research center at the University of California, Riverside, and you can see that our focus is on air quality, transportation, and energy. But we touch on a number of different interesting topics along the way, some of them outlined here on this slide. Ever since the beginning, when CE-CERT got established back in 1992, the main focus was on air quality and cleaning up the local air and trying to figure out better technological solutions that can help us get us there. So we've done over the years a lot of research that focused on measuring different emission sources, including light and heavy duty vehicles, as well as many non-road sources of emissions. We've built up quite the capability and expertise in doing these type of measurements. Here's some of our latest initiatives just in the last couple of years at CE-CERT. Down in the lower left, we are doing some interesting work in putting on new sensors on vehicles and allowing us to monitor the performance of those vehicles, the emissions, and then to try to understand better how we can manage vehicles and the vehicle emissions in real time. And so this is part of what we call the onboard sensing and reporting research program. And it consists of a consortium of regulators, industry, and other partners that are working towards this new solution of managing our vehicles. CE-CERT has developed a number of laboratories over the years. Some of them are highlighted here. These are our mobility labs of the future, where we have a brand new light duty vehicle laboratory. You can see there on the left. This is state-of-the-art equipment that allows us to test vehicles on a chassis dynamometer and really test the performance of those vehicles, not just with the emissions, but if you have electric drive technology, we're able to look at that as well. We also look at heavy duty and also portable emission measurement systems, some of the areas that we've been leading for a number of different years. As part of what we do at CE-CERT is a lot of outreach in terms of conferences, symposium, and things like that. One of our biggest conferences that we put on every year is called the Portable Emission Measurement System Conference, or PEMS. We started this back in the year 2011, where we had a small number of people come from, again, industry, the regulators, academia, and we got together to talk about how PEMS technology could really help in terms of managing our vehicles. And then, of course, that's grown over the 10 or 11 years now, where we have a consistent 200 to 300 people that attend internationally. And again, this is a nice mixture of people from industry, from government, and academia to talk about these very important issues. Some of the topic areas, of course, are focused on the technology. There are many types of PEMS systems now, including the fully compliant regulatory PEMS, the 1065 compliant PEMS, but there's many new systems that are emerging, ones that are much smaller and much more flexible in terms of allowing us to do different things in situ as we measure in the vehicles on the road. So these include micro PEMS, nano PEMS, different sensors that measure emissions directly, as well as monitoring the different activity of these vehicles and trying to understand better what they're doing as part of their profile within the traffic network. One of the highlights in 2016 was a lot of our research was highlighted in a special journal issue of Science of the Total Environment that was right after the Volkswagen Dieselgate scandal. And so we got quite a bit of nice papers as part of that journal. Last year, we had our 10th annual International PEMS Conference, and it was held virtually, simply because the COVID pandemic didn't allow us to get together. But we had a very successful virtual PEMS conference. We had a keynote address from Sterling Imfeld from the US Environmental Protection Agency. And this was a great conference because we not only looked at the different PEMS technology, but we also looked at some of the predictive models that told us about what the vehicles would do, what their emission composition would be. And then we looked at a lot of different international programs, what they're doing in Europe and what they're doing in Asia. This next year, we are planning our 11th annual PEMS conference. We'd like to invite you to come out for that. It's March 17th and 18th of next year in 2022. And the focus of this PEM conference is going to be moving towards onboard sensing, analysis, and reporting. This is back to that concept of if you have the ability to measure on the vehicles in real time, be able to report that, then you have a new paradigm of managing your vehicles, managing your emissions. And that's really what we're aiming towards doing well into the future. So again, if you can come, please come March 17th and 18th of next year. It'll be held at CE-CERT here in Riverside, California. And then lastly, I'd like to invite you all to CE-CERT's 30th anniversary. Again, we got started in 1992. So on April 15th of next year, 2022, we're planning a one-day celebration. It'll be very exciting where we have a number of CE-CERT alumni come back, and we'll have a research symposium in the morning. We'll have an exciting lunch where people can mix and exchange stories. We'll have a few speeches. And then there'll be an open house in the afternoon. This is where you can come, visit our laboratories, talk to the students and researchers, and get caught up on a lot of different interesting research that we're doing at CE-CERT. And then it culminates, of course, with an evening program. We'll go to the UC Riverside Alumni and Visitor Center, where we'll have a very nice dinner, a few speeches, and we'll be able to reminisce and have a great time celebrating CE-CERT's 30 years in existence. And we're excited to have this. And again, if you're interested in joining us, please contact Jill Barber. Her email there is at the bottom, jbarber@cert.ucr.edu. And we look forward to seeing you well into the future. Thank you.